Country Mornings on the show right now.
Windsor's Country Mornings with Morgan.
It's Windsor's Country Mornings. On the show right now is my friend and psychic medium, Bella Silva Casillas. Good morning, Bella.
Morning, Morgan.
Well, we've been working on something for a long time, which we'll get into in just a second. Tell everybody, you got to tell everybody how we met, first of all.
That's actually kind of crazy. It was when my family was going to be on Family Feud. We did an interview with you.
That's right.
And during the interview, you're like, we need to talk. You're psychic medium.
So when you're not moonlighting as a game show contestant, you are a psychic medium. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
How does one discover a gift like that?
Actually, we are all born with these abilities. We're all born with intuitive abilities. Some of us are called to do what I'm doing and do readings for people. Other people just use it for themselves. We've all heard of mother's intuition. That's a real thing. I just learned to develop my intuition into being able to do readings for other people. But I've had this since I was a kid. I mean, I remember being touched as a kid and hearing my name called and not really knowing what it was and being afraid of it for years. And then I would have perfect strangers come up to me and tell me their whole life story and ask me advice. And I found myself giving them advice and not even know where my source was coming from. And at the moment, I knew what I was talking about. I was confident in what I was telling them to the point where they validated it and they understood it. And then when we walk away and I'd be like, what did I just do? Nice. Like, how did this information come from? And then I was always curious with the paranormal and things like that, just because I was this. And it was funny. I went to a psychic myself, and they were the ones who told me. They're like, you know, why are you here? You have this ability. Wow. And I was like, well, okay. And so then I kind of you really have to put the fear aside, because I had the fear of God in me that, you know, what am I talking to? What is this? And, you know, it's kind of scary when you don't really know.
Absolutely. So finally, you think horror movies and all that stuff, right?
And that's the problem. You know, I saw way too many horror movies, and people play, you know, that's what sells, is fear. So once I actually decided, you know what, I'm just going to put the fear aside, which was very scary, and see exactly what this is and where it's going to lead. On the other side of fear is love. And I was like, this isn't scary at all. This is about healing and helping other people heal.
And that's exactly why I want to have you on the show.
That's a skill that has to be, it is a skill. You have to learn it. You have to learn to get out of your head and be able to read somebody else.
That's so interesting. It's so interesting. Yeah. I mean, I love all those, you know, I've said this on my show before. I believe in all this stuff. If you're listening right now and you don't, it's still entertaining to be like, what are these people talking about? But I'm so absolutely interested, which is why you'll be joining me in studio and doing some readings live on air. Now, how are you able to do this, like, over the phone? Because you'll be here with me in studio. You know, somebody calls, how are you going to be able to, you know, answer one of their questions?
Well, we're all energy, every single one of us. So basically, because I do all my calls now because of COVID and everything, they are over the phone, most of my readings, and on Zoom. All I have to really do is hear the person's voice. They ask me their question, and I'm able to hone in exactly, and then I just start hearing the answers in my head of what exactly it is. So it's all about energy and just being able to pick that up.
Now, I always say, you know, R.I.P. Psychic Dan. He was my psychic for many, many years, and he passed away back in 2019. Now, he had some rules. So when people call on the 29th on the Friday show, do you have any rules when people call and ask their one question?
The only thing I ask is I'm not going to do any medium reading. Now, during your call, if a grandparent or a parent or something or a spirit does come in and they have some information, I will relay that. But I'm not going to be doing mediumship reading. That is a completely different thing. And I don't do any health questions just because that's really private and I can't control the information that's coming through.
Of course.
So ask a question about the career. Don't be afraid to ask it. Or if you're talking about love, ask that question. Because if you come at me with a general question of, oh, what do you see in my future? Well, they're gonna tell me what exactly you need to know, and it's not always what you want to know. So ask what you want to know.
Absolutely. So you're saying maybe be more specific. If it's, do you see me getting a new job this year? Perhaps maybe be a little bit more specific, or even just that question would be fine.
That question would be fine. But if you're like, you have a dilemma, and say, I've got these two jobs that I'm going for, and I'm not really sure if one is a good fit. So
now it's got to be primarily more women that get a reading than men, right?
I don't have a lot of men that usually book sessions with me. They tend to be a little more skeptic than women. I had this one, and he actually ended up being a police officer, which I didn't know. And he's from a different area in Canada, and he came through because he had lost his father years and years ago. He actually didn't know if his father was still alive because he had been missing, and he wanted confirmation of that. And his father came through pretty clear. Now, his father wasn't always the most law-abiding citizen, so the whole time when I first connected with him, he kept playing the movie Toy Story, and he kept saying, "There's a snake in my boots," and showing me Woody.
There's a snake in my boots.
And I didn't understand what that was. So I said to the guy, I'm like, what is your connection with the Toy Story movie, especially Woody? Like, there's a snake in my boots. And he started laughing, and he pulled out his badge. Because I said, he keeps showing me like a shiny badge. And then he pulled out his badge, and he's like, I'm a cop. So my dad clearly is playing around with it.
Wow. And so you visually saw like a clip from a movie?
Yeah, Spirit is funny. If they're trying to get through a message to somebody, they'll pull, whatever files I have in my head. So they'll play a song. They'll play a lyric from a particular song. They'll play that over and over again until I relay that message. Or they'll actually take clips of movies and they'll show it. This lady, actually not that long ago, she was from California, and she called. Her husband had passed away about 3 months ago, and she was having a hard time, clearly, with his passing. And he showed me the Humphrey Bogart movie, Here's Looking at You, Kid. And he kept playing that line, and I said it to her, and she immediately started crying. And she said, that's what he used to say to me all the time.
Wow. That is wild that comes through in that way. Wow, it's
still wild for me because I still get goosebumps when I'm able to give that information, and it still surprises me.
That's really cool that it surprises you too. That's interesting. Now I have like the worst like movie taste, so like I'd be getting clips of like Weekend at Bernie's, and it wouldn't be so emotional.
No, I laugh too. Believe me, they'll tell me stuff, and I'll start laughing, and then they must think I'm crazy because I'm laughing to myself. And then some of the people that if they had like kind of a sick sense of humor, they'll come through. I get the essence of the person that comes through, so they'll start laughing. They're like, "Yeah, that's them. That's exactly them."
Wow.
And some of the jokes and stuff. So it's funny. It's funny. It's not always like crying and emotion. I mean, it is for them because I'm bringing their loved one through and I'm relaying a message, and it's like they're there with us. Mm-hmm. But it's like usually laughter through tears are the best medicine.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, there are people listening that are skeptics, and that that doesn't bother me because I think regardless it makes for good radio, and they're still going to tune in. But what do you have to say to people like that?
I have no problem with skeptics. I encourage people to be skeptics. What I don't like is negativity, disrespect, and personal attacks on me. But be skeptic all you want. I mean, it's good. It's healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm okay with that. I'm not here to change your mind. Anything I say or do, if you're a skeptic, you're always going to find something to rationalize it. And that's fine. I have respect for them. I just ask for the same back.
Absolutely. That's a very good point. Well, again, don't miss it. Bella will be on the show live on Friday, October 29th for the entire 8 o'clock hour. And by the end of the show, we're going to give away a free private reading for somebody on our social media. So what is your social media? How can people get a hold of you?
I just got on TikTok, which is a whole other beast, let me tell you. That's a funny thing. But I am I have a website. So my website is just my name, BellaSilicaSouls.com if you want to book a reading. I also have a Facebook page, and I also have Instagram, and it's just Bella Medium on there. And TikTok, if you guys want to go up on TikTok, it's also Bella Medium.
Yeah, there might be one TikTok video, but she's on it.
I'm on it. I got on it. I actually have now 1,000 followers, so I can actually go live on there, which is pretty cool.
Very cool. Well, again, so it's, all the details will be at country959.com. There'll be no health questions, no medium type questions on the day of the show. But, we welcome anyone to bring a burning question to Bella and get that answered. But I'm just wondering if somebody calls and that's someone, maybe my boyfriend trying to disguise his voice, you're not going to be able to predict the future of the Detroit Lions if someone calls in. He's dying to know.
I will give him my good guess. How about that?
I think we all know what that guess is, and it's their garbage.
But I mean, he can try.
Windsor's Country Mornings with Morgan.